everyone, and this is Ainsley here, bringing you a little bit more about Fellowship Adventures. We've had a couple of chances to test it out on beta so far, so we've kind of gotten the hang of it. So I wanted to demonstrate about it because I'm hearing a lot of folks out there talking about a little bit of angst, like, oh gosh, no, it's just more quests, it's too complicated, it's really overwhelming. And it is a little bit at first, but after you kind of play around with it just a little bit, it really starts to make a whole lot more sense. So I'm going to explain it a little bit more detail here and kind of demonstrate how to do it. Now, this city that I have right now is clearly customized specifically for Fellowship Adventures. You'll notice it's not exactly a typical kind of city. I have gone overboard with temporary workshops and manufactories just because I could, and I thought that would be a really easier way to be able to kind of get it all together and show you how the whole thing works from start to finish. So my poor city, but oh well, it will live. So let's start with just going into it. How do you go to the Fellowship Adventures? You get a new banner while the event is happening, and that's going to be up here in the corner. And when you go into it, then you go come to the map. And when you first start staring at this map, you're like, oh my gosh, there are buttons and colors everywhere. What the heck am I looking at? It's actually not too bad once you kind of take a minute to just kind of stare at it and figure it out. So there's 3 different paths. If you read the guide, you at least probably picked up that much. We've got an orange path, we've got a blue path, we've got a green path. And for the most part, you know, they're basically the same difficulty level, but each path has kind of a different mix of badges that you just might find more preferable based on what everyone in the Fellowship wants to work on. The orange path tends to be more goods oriented. Like when I click and see all the ones on here, you know, we're donating planks, we're donating elegant statues. These take 2-day productions to get, and you need 5 of them. Granted, we're on the 3rd star by now in this fellowship here. This is, you know, the 3-hour production of all the goods, a lot of goods. So that's the orange path, is those types of things. The blue path tends to be all workshop badges, except in the 3rd stage, we do finally start to get a couple of the goods, usually just the Blackens. So, yeah, there's some of the Blackens, but, you know, we need 30 of them, and so it sounds like a lot, but those are the 3-hour productions. And actually, I'm probably going to pick up quite a few right now. Well, actually, I think I have 9 hours. Then, you know, the green path is more of the same. So you don't have to do all of them. You just pick one. And as a fellowship, you kind of got to work together within your chat and within your messaging to pick, you know, this is the path we're going to work on, guys, and you focus on that path. You can also do additional paths just to get extra points. And that's kind of a strategy that the fellowship can decide, you know, just how much they want to do that. Getting the waypoints done is way more points than if you get to the end faster and get to the bottomless pit. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but basically we have paths, we have waypoints. Each one of these things that you click, you know, if they're locked, you can't donate to them yet, but you will be able to once you get to them. If they're done, they'll have a little check mark on them. I don't have any examples of that to show here, but it'll be pretty obvious when you're looking at it in your game. Otherwise, the ones that are active are these bright ones. So I want to look to see, first I'm going to check messages in chat, see what everyone's working on. But even if I don't see that, I can kind of see which one already has some progress made on it. And actually, it looks like I must have just started this one because none of these have progress. So let me see what I can do to add to this one. So to see what badges you already have, click, hover over this little guy up here at the top of the screen that looks like the tricolored circle. And this is the badges that I've accumulated so far. And then I can get more if I do more quests. So I figure out where I want to focus on. I just know from reading the messages we're starting with blue. I'm going to open up the blue one and I'm going to see what badges we need and how many I already have. So Dwarven Brewery, that's the 50 times beverages badge. I can crank out 2 of those in about 10 minutes or so. Treant Guild badge, that's the 15-minute one, and then Golden Bracelet. I'm pretty sure I have tons of these. Yes, I do. See, as I hover over it here, it shows me how many I have available. So now I just click the plus, and then I hit maximum, because I have, you know, that'll just contribute all that I have. I hit deliver, and then I can see that I've donated those. Now I just need to get some more Treant and some more Dwarven Breweries. Now that I know which ones I need, I'm going to find them in these cyclable quests. All of these cycle through. And so I'm kind of saving them up for all these productions that I have here ready. And since it's been a little while since I've come back to this city, I have to kind of study it first to see and remember what I have. So there's a warrior mask. Those are the 9-hour productions. So I should hopefully have some marbles. Yep, decorative. Oh, what's that one? Oh, why isn't that one showing me what it is? Interesting. Okay, well, it is beta. Some funny things sometimes happen there. Fabulous Fountain. Oh, that's a one-day production. Okay, good. Where's my other one of those? Giant Globe? Giant Globe? Are you anywhere? There it is. So I'm going to wait to collect those until I have that quest up. I don't know what that is. 9. I think that must be... Nope, it's not Marble Mosaic. Since I can't see the title, I can at least figure it out by the amount. 9. This one is Mosaic is 3. Decorative Pillars is 5, so that must be a one-day. Okay, there's a Mosaic, so I'm going to find those. So here is my Warrior Mask. I already have one. Decorative Pillars and Wooden Chest. So there's a wooden chest. There's a pillar. And now I got another one of those badges. So I can collect here. Basket of groceries. I think that's what I have my workshops on, but let's check it out. It is. I get the badge. Yay. This is the one I'll work on after I get all my workshops collected and freed here, because we saw that I need to get a couple of those. I do have some of those. I'm going to climb this guy though, because I've got 2 spots, so you can hold on to one and use the other spot to keep cycling through, or you can be working on 2 at a time. But the main thing is this isn't like, other events where you have to just do all the quests in order. You're in full control over which ones you want to work on. And that's kind of the main point, I think, that kind of making folks feel like, oh gosh, another event again already. But it's different, and it's actually kind of fun, especially when you get working together with your fellowship and strategizing on, who's going to work on what badges. A lot of people I'm seeing, worried about, oh gosh, we need to do all the different kinds of goods, not just our boosted. Well, yeah, but no. I mean, you can kind of divide that up within your fellowship on who's best suited to do which kinds of badges based on where their city is at that point. And it might vary from time to time as you do different runs of the event. So, for example, in my main city, I just finished up the halflings, and I'm going to have tons of space before the next guest race comes out to just fill it with temp workshops, temp level 1 manufactories, and so I'm going to be the one to raise my hand in my fellowship to say, hey guys, I've got the goods quest covered, so that they don't have to worry about those and they can work on the workshop. And there's always probably going to be a couple folks at a stage that can do some of the types of quests that other people don't want to do. So you don't really have to worry about it too much. You just kind of do what you can and contribute what you can, as long as you're adding to at least one completed waypoint within the map. You're going to get the rewards. So let's take a look at those anyhow. So we already finished the first stage. So we already collected these, and these are my favorite. You guys, I'm so in love with these supply windfall spells. I want more of those. I also, then we got the next one, so we already finished that. We got Orc's Nest, always a fabulous thing to have. More of the instance, and the last one, big instance, very exciting stuff. And then another one of these little magical mana huts. They only produce supplies if you're not in a mana chapter yet, but they're really little. I kind of like mine. I happen to have space for it, so I threw it in my city. I might not have cared to if I had to try real hard to make the space, but I didn't, so I threw it in there. It's not a ton of supplies, but it's a little bit of culture, and it's small, and it kicks some extra out, so it's helpful. Anyhow, I'm tangenting again. I do have a tendency to do that. Otherwise, other things that are helpful to know about the Fellowship Adventures is the points. You are in a competition with other fellowships, and so you have this ranking window you can click on to see where you are. I can see here that we're in 29th place. Not too shabby, not too great, but not too shabby. But it's beta. We're just kind of messing around over here. So when we keep the spot, when we get to the end, we're going to get 2,000 ranking points each, and a time reduction that's worth 2 hours. Now granted, if we were super duper ambitious and really going at it, we could maybe be like one of these top 3 guys, but we're not. That's okay. They get some pretty cool stuff though. So it's worth it to really work together with your fellowship, because look at these prizes. Granted, a little bit harder to achieve, but well worth the effort. 14-hour booster. If that's not useful, I don't know what is. And then buildings. The Mysterious Magic Egg, that is a fabulous culture building. I'd love another one of those. That was a second grand prize in an event, so that's pretty sweet. And that was the third grand prize in an event. So yeah, really definitely some great prizes at stake here. But that's it. I hope that you found that helpful. Thanks everyone, and happy gaming.